Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic. On this channel, I explore how I use the Passion Planner to set personal and professional goals. Y'all, it has been a minute. I have a lot to update you on, but before I get into it, I do want to point out that I am still a Passion Planner ambassador, even though I have done zero things to promote this brand in, 5 months exactly. So just in case you're interested in any of the products that I show you in this video, there's a discount code and a affiliate link in the description. I always appreciate it when you use the code and the link. Some of y'all have been using them in my absence, and I really thank you for that. Everyone else, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for returning to my channel if you were here before when I used to make content, and thank you to my new viewers as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so I am going to flip to a new week and plan out the week of, oh my gosh, I didn't even look ahead. Let's take a look and see which week we're looking at here. So we're going to plan out the week of the 23rd. Yes, that's what today is. And as you can see, I have been using the month views in my planner. I probably will do a bit of a flip through video at some point so you can see how I use the planner during this time of relative silence on my channel. But in the meantime, we are going to plan out the week of the 23rd. So this is a medium passion planner. It is undated, so I'm going to just flip to a new week. At some point I'll get there. There we go. So you just got a little bit of a flip through right there, but I will do a proper flip through in another video. So the undated planners, as you can see, have no dates, and all the weeks are together in one part of the planner. All the months are in the beginning. And so I'm going to go ahead and date this. I'm using, well, let me see if I have. Part of the issue is all my stuff in my office is everywhere. I have no idea where anything is, so bear with me while I figure it out. I want to use a black pen. I don't know where my microline black pens are right now. Okay, I'm gonna do this, try to simultaneously plan out the week and talk to you guys. So for those of you who are new, I had a baby in February, my second baby. I have two under 2. And whereas with my first child, I came back to the channel pretty quickly. I think it was maybe only a month or 2 after her birth that I came back and started making content again. With him, it was a completely different experience, and that is why it has been really quiet over here until now. So today I'm going to use these stickers from Pip Stickers. I love this brand so much, and I happened to stumble across a few of these in a place I was shopping, and I just love 90s nostalgia stickers. Like, I'm all about them. In fact, I think I did a flip through, if you want to check out my playlist, where I showed you the month of July a couple years ago, and I did every single spread was a 90s sticker, like 90s nostalgia sticker spread. So the banana clips and the troll dolls and just everything. So I'm like really excited about this set. And I'm going to use a washi from the Passion Planner washi tape rolls. This is the Golden Nature set, and I think I'm going to use this pink washi off of this set. I'm not even sure. I might have used these one other time, but I got them right before the new year, and I just haven't really had occasion to use them. So in any case, I have been momming real hard over here, y'all. And so I'm going to try to catch you up a little bit on everything that has happened. So if you did watch my last video, you know that I was planning on creating some content to go out after my son's birth. He ended up coming 2 weeks early, which I knew was a possibility because my daughter also came early. But even so, I just didn't have the time I thought I would to create any of that content that would be coming out in my absence. But, you know, my expectation was that I would, similar to my daughter, come back to the channel pretty quickly once I kind of got into, you know, a postpartum groove. But it was like one thing after another. So I'm going to go through the litany of things that occurred besides my son's birth, which, by the way, went just perfect. If you were following along, you know, I'm trying to find where this washi tape begins, and I'm struggling. Oh, here we go. For those of you who were following along, I think I told you that I had scheduled a C-section for him because of my previous birth history, and I went into labor actually 2 weeks before that scheduled C-section. So instead of writing it out, we went ahead and just rescheduled the C-section for earlier. Basically, I went in for monitoring. They actually attempted to stop the contractions with some medication, but I kept contracting through them. So they were like, let's just get the baby. So I was like, okay. It actually worked out really well from a childcare standpoint too, because of the dates. The dates were actually better than the original dates we had scheduled. So we had like my husband's parents and my parents watching our daughter while we were in the hospital with baby Archer. So it was beautiful though. What was really nice about it, in case you're curious about a scheduled C-section compared to an emergency one, is, you know, by the time it occurred, I mean, it was, you know, I hadn't been in labor for 40 hours. I wasn't so exhausted that I could barely keep my eyes on my newborn. Like, it was, you know, it was a very different vibe in the OR. You know, people were laughing and joking and playing music, and, you know, you had, you know, the people you always have at a, you know, in a surgery birth, but it was nowhere near the army of people that they had standing by with my daughter because, you know, the situation was so much different. It was just really nice to go through it with relative ease. You know, it was so quick, and, you know, all of a sudden I was in recovery with my new baby, and he cried right away and started peeing everywhere, which was really funny. And, you know, we were bonding with our little one, and it was just wonderful. It was just so different from my daughter, you know, from my daughter's situation. Not that that wasn't beautiful in its own way, but it was so stressful to be so scared for her life and for mine. And it's just, this was by comparison just amazing. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It was as good as it possibly could be. And I'm so thankful that it went well, and that, you know, I had a relatively easy recovery, all of those things. A lot of people who have not had a C-section, or not even, or even people who've only had emergency ones, are always wondering kind of about what the recovery period looks like. And especially with the second kid, since you have a child already in the picture, so that, you know, changes things. Certainly I'm doing a little bit of back planning because today is Tuesday. Oh, dang, I misdated this. I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Because I'm still not used to the Monday start. You guys know, if you were following the channel, that I had a Sunday start planner and I switched. So I'm still getting used to that. Okay, that is better. Today is actually my son's 5-month little anniversary of being alive. So, and today we also went to daycare, and that was around 8 o'clock, which is why I have time to do this video. So in any case, the birth went really well, and the recovery was, it did take a little longer, I think, than with my daughter, to feel like more myself in terms of my ability to like bend at the waist and lift things and stuff. But it, all things considered, went as I thought it would. It didn't take that long. And the hardest part initially was not being able to pick up my toddler. She was at that point 16 months. And I think it was honestly harder on me than it was on her to, you know, because she obviously didn't understand why I couldn't pick her up. And, you know, but she would move past it real quick. And I think for me, I was like in my feels about it, and just, you know, I just wish I wanted to be more available to her. But what I did to kind of try to offset that a little bit is I would carve out time with just her. Not, you know, not holding the baby, not having the baby near me, where I put a pillow on my stomach and she could cuddle me to her heart's content and bounce up and down on me, and, you know, kind of get that like quality mommy time in. And so I tried to really make sure that I had that special time with her, so that she felt like her, you know, her cup would fill, and then be less potentially angry that I couldn't do what I'd always done with her, being able to pick her up and so on. So this is by no means, like, you guys know, I can be prettier with my handwriting, with my penmanship, with everything. I can use stickers and things, but right now I'm just wanting to catch you up and kind of do this casual plan with me to get back into the swing of things. So I'm not going to be precious about it. And then I might be having a girls' night this coming Saturday. We're going to do Harry Potter trivia. I'm like it's been a while since I've read the books or watched the films, so we'll see how good I am about that. But just getting out with the girls will be fun, I think. So that is this weekend. I think that's all that we had. Well, we do have, let me go ahead and pencil this in. Our church is doing like a coffee thing. And there's also the farmer's market before it. So we might do that. What I need to remember to do is bring a cooler next time, because we like to hit the farmer's market before the coffee, because it's like relatively sparse. But then we don't have anywhere to keep our stuff cold. And it's hot. It's so hot. So yeah, that's the plan. And we might also make it to church again. And normally we're there for the fellowship also. Okay, so that's all the plans, the scheduled plans that I have. This day I have no daycare for either of them, so it's important for me to remember that. I'm going to plan something fun for us. So in any case, my recovery went pretty smoothly, all things considered. Then I had a brief period where I put an IUD in, and that went fine, but it was very uncomfortable for about a week or so. And then I ended up in the ER, and not because of the IUD. At first I thought maybe I was having a weird reaction to it, because I couldn't think of what else like it could be. But it turns out, you guys, that this whole time I thought I was having heartburn, and which I thought was pregnancy related, because it didn't start until I was pregnant with my daughter. It turns out I had gallstones, and that is what that was. And so as a result, I ended up having gallbladder surgery. And I'm not gonna lie, that felt like a major setback, because all of a sudden I was compromised again in my midsection. I, had to do similar things to, the way it was with the C-section. And on top of all that, about a week out, which is when normally most people feel better after a gallbladder surgery, I had like a sudden resurgence of pain. So I went back into the surgeon's office, and he reopened one of my incisions to check it, because he was nervous about a hernia, nervous that I had a hernia. And I was really kind of annoyed, because I was like, was that always a risk and you didn't tell me? I would have been more careful, if I had thought that that was a risk. And, when I think about it now, it makes sense to me that I probably should have been more careful than the average person after a surgery like that, because I had been pregnant for so long. I had been recovering from a C-section. My core is compromised, y'all. It is a compromised situation. And so whenever you have compromised muscle situation, you're more likely to hurt yourself. If you strain, too much, and your body is not used to it, then you can cause yourself issues. And so I was like really nervous that I had given myself a hernia on accident, because I wasn't being, careful, thinking I was like, okay, good to go. Everyone else, feels fine at this point type thing. Luckily it wasn't a hernia, but he did have to pack the wound, and I had to then manage that, which meant to kind of, once they pack a wound, you have to let the tape out every day and then cut it and redress it. I did this for 2 weeks, the whole time during which we were having a kitchen renovation. So I had no kitchen. I had 2 kids under 2. I was recovering yet again from another stomach surgery. And then at the end of that period, my family went to Ireland for a week and some change. And it is a little bit like what people said, which is like parenting in a different time zone. So it was hard. All of it was hard, but I was really glad that we did it. I did feel better after that trip. I did come back and say, like, I went to the doctor, just like one of the doctors in the clinic, and I was like, how much longer am I going to be pulling tape out of my body? And he's like, really, you should be done. And I'm like, well, I followed the instructions. There's still tape in there. And he's like, let me just get that out for you. So he pulls out all this tape that would have taken probably at least another week to pull out by myself, because they tell you to pull out 2 inches per day. And then I just had to, basically keep it clean and dry. And I still have technically a wound, but it is almost completely healed. So right now I just keep a Band-Aid on it, and change the Band-Aid every day. So that's all to say that it's been a crazy time. It's been a crazy time in my life. And there was just no bandwidth, no space, no time for making videos for this channel. So I just want to apologize for the gap and just say I appreciate your patience and understanding. When I returned from Ireland, I had 2 weeks alone with my children because their daycare was closed. They can take 2 weeks of vacation per year, and normally they have like 1 week in the summer, 1 week in the winter, but this time they chose to do 2 weeks together because they were going overseas to visit family. So I came back from Ireland and I had my 2 kids for 2 weeks, no daycare. I did sign my daughter up for a swim lesson, which went really well, but that was a lot of juggling. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so today is the first day where both of them are in daycare. My daughter, of course, has been going to daycare, but my son, hadn't been because I'm on maternity leave. But we started daycare today because I'm going to be going back to work soon, and we wanted to make sure that it was a good adjustment. So far, so good. They haven't called me. It was really weird walking away and not having any children with me for, obviously this has never happened in the last 5 months since my son has been in the world. But, yeah, I mean, it's since I've had 2 kids, this has never been the case. So it's just felt really weird. But as you can see, this is today. I have a lot of stuff going on today. So maybe that's a good thing in that I'm distracted. I have a lot, of meetings and interactions with people. I think it would feel more weird if it was like one of these other days where I have like nothing planned. But that's not to say I don't have things to do. Like, I do have work stuff I need to start doing, but I'm giving myself this week to like do a lot of personal stuff. We still had stuff to put away from our Ireland trip, from our kitchen renovation. My office is such a mess right now. And that's because I really haven't been using it other than for storage because of just everything that has gone on. And, if you've had children, you know that their needs change. So the way that you set up your house to meet those needs could change. It should change, but it doesn't always change on time. So we've been shuffling stuff around as things, my son's now sleeping through the night. So there's just different things we need in different places. And so just a lot of this week is just getting organized, including coming back to my planner in a meaningful way and like sharing my process with you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, this is the week of the 22nd through the 29th, 28th. And this week's focus is getting organized. So please give me your good wishes if you have any to spare for my son and his first day of daycare. I'm really hoping that it goes well. And I am going to go ahead and write out a list here of things that I know I would like to get done this week. So I'll probably speed through this bit just for the sake of time since we're over 20 minutes now, and then I'll just go over it briefly with you. Okay, so I did jot down some things that I want to get done this week. A lot of it, as I said, is related to organization. So I want to organize my office. I want to organize the photos and videos on my phone. Ever since my son's birth, they've just gotten away from me. I was really good about it with my daughter, but not so great with him. I need to order his baby book as well. I'm just going to put it on here because that's probably something that's going to be shifting, but I don't want to forget about it. And then I have to finish her baby book, but I'm not sure when I will get to that. I think it's pretty much done, but there is some additional things I want to put in there. So that would require things like ordering some more photos, printing off some stuff. I think I'll probably get around to that when I'm back on campus. And then, some stuff preparing for my son's baptism, which is in September, but I would like to go ahead and get the invites addressed and stuff like that while I'm still on maternity leave, just kind of get that squared away. This is again, nothing to do with work. I may do a little work related stuff Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to do that this week. And then some just miscellaneous things. I want to pick up a picture frame for a for a photograph that's going to go in my new kitchen and stuff like that. So just little things that little loose threads I'd like to tie up. And this is really where you would put your game changer goal down here. But if you might be aware that I have not done my roadmap, my 6-month roadmap for the year. That's the goal setting part of Passion Planner. So I don't really have a game changer goal. My game changer goal for the first part of the year was getting ready for my son's birth, and obviously that happened. So I need to take a minute, and I'm gonna film it if I can, to do my passion roadmap for the second half of the year, and then I will have a new game changer goal that I will pop down here. But for now, what I might do is just go ahead and do some reminders to myself. So I need to remember to take my vitamins each day. Stay hydrated. These are important. I would like to make time to read. I have a stack of pleasure books that I've acquired. And you think you will have time to do this when you are on maternity leave, but nope. So I would like to make more time to read. I think I just really enjoy it when I'm doing it. It just, getting myself there can be challenging. So those are things. And then I think I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Just some reminders to myself. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little cloud around them. Yeah, so I did do a flip through when I first set up the planner of like what's going on back here and stuff. I may do an update later, but if you're interested in how I set up the planner, there is a setup video, which you are more than welcome to look at. As I said, I'm going to do a little flip through to show you how I've used the planner during my maternity leave, the hit or miss approach I had to using it during that time. And then I will also have a roadmap video for you guys, hopefully soon. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that down here. I want to get back into, a video schedule, but I'm also, aware that going back to work in a couple weeks, in 2 weeks exactly, will have its challenges. So I want to, be flexible with myself, but also show up for you guys. So please let me know in the comments if you have any questions for me. I mean, maybe you're like, what about that thing she mentioned before? If you can remember some old videos of mine, you're like, just want an update on something that I didn't cover in this video, please let me know. I'm happy to go over anything that I have talked about with you guys on this video. If you have any questions about anything like that, so I will address them. Thank you so much for watching this, plan with me. I think this is, it's probably a little more cluttered looking than my typical spreads, but I really like all of the nostalgia stickers. I think they're really cute. It's kind of fun that I got to go crazy with stickers because I don't always do that, as you guys know. But in any case, I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm happy that you guys are watching this video. So thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I will be back with more videos and to answer any questions that you have. In the meantime, stay cool and take care. Bye.